Hello, lovely people. I'm here with my bestie Mixu, and gonna be rendering his beep. His beep. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. What are we starting with? Let's do middle. Do we want bloody teeth or do we want clean teeth?
Oh, good question. Hold on. I don't think he's had a bloody teeth moment yet. We'll let that.
Alright. I'm gonna try to... Actually, let me get an actual reference photo of oil slick, because that will make my life infinitely easier. Ooh! Damn, that's pretty. How do I get that effect? I'm just gonna lighten some areas. That's gonna make it a bit easier to, like, see the depth and stuff.
Okay.
So we're time for gradients. Oh, that does look really nice. There we go. Yeah, we're just starting with some subtle gradients, because that's fun. And just really helpful, because it really adds depth. So how's your week been?
Fucking tiring.
Yeah?
Loads of work followed up by a job interview, followed up by more traveling and more stuff.
Ouch. Sounds annoying.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. I'm finally getting a break now, so that's good. It's a plus.
Nice. Ooh, shiny. I love shading metal. I spent most of this week sick again, which was sort of irritating.
Are you eating healthily enough? Oh wait, you're on holiday, aren't you?
Yeah, so I should be, because my parents like make good food and stuff, but like, I don't know, just not been hungry the past few days.
Yeah, because I know plenty of, well, not plenty, but I've heard of students literally contracting scurvy when they go off.
Oh my god,
uni.
that's serious? That's insane.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you don't never think about what you eat and you've never been brought up to think about that.
Yeah, that's really sad.
I mean, hey, if you change your diet quickly, it's not too bad long term.
Doing jewels is really hard because of the way light hits them.
Thinking that the blue stuff's gonna be like more fabric, but like, I don't know, like a dense fabric, I guess, because like, getting metal that color, I'm sure we can do in fantasy, but it just feels a bit off to be fully metal, you know? Unless that's what you want, because I could be hard to integrate at this point, but...
I mean, as long as it looks like it was ornamental, then that's whatever is...
Yeah, it's fine. I can make that work.
Ooh, more gradients. Okay, so we're going a little bit rustic. Trying to add some depth. I think I spend most of the video, actually, a good chunk, working on gradients.
Just have my hands on my mute button in case they start shouting or something.
God, recording at home is a nightmare.
Yeah, one of the benefits of the mic that I'm using here is that it pretty much doesn't pick up anything just except what's right in front of it.
That's quite nice.
And then additionally, it's invincible, so instead of having to do any careful mic test to see if it's working, I can just punch it, and if it makes a signal, then it's working
often
properly.
Punching your mic?
Well, I sort of just go, if I get a signal, then it's working.
That's fair.
See, I don't think I did, you'll see later, but I don't think I did well on the boots, but the rest of it, sick as hell.
I love your color choice for like, because I did not know what you mean by salt blue. That was my best approximation, but putting that with orange, it pops so well. Very good choice.
Contrasting colors. The one thing I got out of art GCSE.
Yeah, it's very true. And I also appreciate it because it's not a palette I normally go for. But this is like really nice, and I really like it. Anyway, let's do some skin texture.
Cool.
Hey, what's his skin texture? Is it like skin, or is it scaly, or like octopusy? I don't know what texture skin octopus have.
I guess maybe just like oddly smooth. I guess
Smooth.
like smoother than normal skin.
Okay, I can do smooth. It just gradient helps a lot with smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, making it look a little like metallic and off.
Very metallic. What's metallic? Maybe the tentacles?
There we go. There's some depth. That's quite fun.
Depth is always fun. It adds something shiny. I can't wait until we get to the sort of cell shading, the blended.
Ooh, look, you're all shiny now.
Yo.
I can make that pop. That'll be fun. Let's do some depth for here as well. Oh, that's gonna look really fun. I think I'm gonna lay off the suckers because I could do something fun with that, but in like the next stage.
Ooh, okay. Highlights on the tentacle insides.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a weird combo of genres that I've been seeing a lot recently.
Yeah.
Of absurdist humor mixed with like dark, like just dark stories in general.
Yeah.
Because I've had the Lisa series just sitting on my Steam account for ages.
What's the
I've
Lisa
finally
series?
got around to playing. It's a series of like really like pixelated RPG games set in a post-apocalypse. And well, it doesn't always follow the same character, but when it does, the first one follows fairly broken man, and basically everything that goes wrong in the story can be rooted back to his abusive dad. But main point of the story is the apocalypse just happened. There's very little description about it. It's just called the Flash, and afterwards, pretty much no women exist anywhere.
Damn.
And it's a very nihilist depiction of what would happen in a world with just men.
Interesting.
So it's pretty bad. Like the currency is literally porn magazines.
Oh my
That is-
god.
Which is funny, but and like never it's I mean there's a lot of funny jokes that come along with that, but like the story just is that not long after the apocalypse Brad finds a baby
I think I've seen a film
that
like
ends
this.
up being yeah.
I don't remember what it's called, but it was like children like stopped being born or something, and they found this woman. This group of people found this woman who was like pregnant, and they were trying to get her to a specific place or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, this is kind of the inverse of that. Because he finds the baby and it ends up being a girl. And knowing the life that could end up existing for her, basically tries to hide her away her entire life.
Yeah.
Which, on his side of things, reasonable. Very reasonable decision, considering the world. But it also very reasonable that she resents him for that.
Yeah.
And one day the house just gets broken into and she's taken. And basic RPG stuff, really fucking weird soundtrack.
Yeah.
Which is the main sort of thing of like the absurdist humor that's just everywhere. Like they sample like a really badly acted grunt from a old game.
Yeah.
And you just go into this cave and it's just going just that's the rhythm of it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the game basically just follows you trying to go after her. And all of the other very creepy people also going after her. Until eventually you do finally get to her on the brink of death, and she just says, well, no, first of all, you finally get to like the big confrontation at the end. Huge army in front of you, sort of basic sort of climax to a game. And you don't actually fight the army first, you fight all of your allies because they finally turned against you because you've gone too far. Then you fight the army, then fight the final boss. At the end of it, the girl still runs away from you because she doesn't trust you. And your main guy dies, and that's the end of the game.
Damn.
There's loads of other parts of it as well. Loads of, the main guy's got an addiction problem that makes him basically useless half the time. in the game, as far as gameplay goes. And yeah, it's a weird one, but there's like I think 3 more games in total. I know the sequel directly afterwards you play as the girl, but haven't gone around to that one yet. But like to an even more extreme extent, there's a Deltarune ROM hack that I played a bit ago that's just called Ribbit.
Yeah.
And well, that's got actual proper absurdist humor to it, because everyone's just like just a fucking idiot, like Nimrod throughout the entire thing. Like one of the guys takes his cloaks down and he's a Pepsi can for a few moments before properly introducing himself.
Now what do we think of oil slick hair?
Oil slick hair. One moment, tabbing over. Oh, that's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Struggling a bit, but it's my best approximation.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Sick. Alright, I'm gonna move on to...
Looks like a ballpoint pen tip.
Ooh, okay. Now we start doing a little bit of experimentation, I think. Yes, this. So you see, I put down the opacity of the thing that I'm using. I've never done this before for cell shading. So it means there's gonna be a lot of layers with one brush, and it just starts working.
Oh, what happens if I put an overlay over this? Oh, that's gonna be fun. Ooh.
It's gonna be fun. You're gonna see. I'm excited. It's very rare that I've been so happy with a piece of rendering and experimentation.
Okay, maybe that wasn't a bad idea.
Yeah, it really wasn't. I've really started hooking with this.
I don't think that was a bad idea, actually. That was fun.
You could just how pleased I am with myself is just tangible in the recording, and I think it's very funny. It just looks like it's messy, but when it blends out, it's just good.
See, this is why I wish I could get commissions, because this is so much fun. I love playing with other people's vision. As much as being in my own head can be fun, I love getting into other people's, because then I get to unlock more creativity.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the only good work that I ever do is done working with someone else on something. Which is why I'm in the profession that I am.
Yeah.
So that being said, I'm optimistic about a project that I've got to work on soon.
That's nice.
Mainly just because I'm going to use it on I've got a planned use for it, as well as just an idea, because basically I took this module called Production and Score Studies, which I understood to be production, and then also studying scores and knowing what to do with scores when you're actually on a recording session.
Yeah.
Then it turned out the second half of the module was going to be on synthwave, slow electronic music.
Yeah.
Which is great for me. Probably not so good for everyone else for a lot of other people on the module.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna use it to try and make a theme for a location I prepared for a vampire campaign.
Ooh, that's fun.
So I think ambience and a fight in Madame Two Swords.
That's so sick. I love that, the way that sounds.
Against waxwork.
Yeah.
Patrolling guards.
Do you listen to podcasts much or audio drama?
So have you heard of this thing called Just Roll With It?
Okay. Well, I've got a recommendation for you that I'm nuts about. The Magnus Archives.
You recommended it last
Have
week. I bet you. I bet you recommended it last week.
I did not recommend Magnus last week. I would remember that.
No, you recommended me that and what was it?
The Rusty Quill Gaming podcast, probably. That I'm always recommending. Magnus less so, because everybody I know is into D&D. Not everyone I know is into horror.
Yeah, but I've got way too much.
That's fair. It's
at the moment.
The way they play with music is really interesting, because I've listened to the editors talk about it and what specifically they do, because they have a lot of rules about it and when it's used. It's really interesting when you focus on it and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the other thing I did last weekend, I went to the soundtrack festival at the Roundhouse.
That's cool.
And it was one song from a bunch of video games, and then 5 songs from Baldur's Gate, or 5 tracks from Baldur's Gate. So I think it was quite evident what the selling factor of it was. Like, let's be honest, it was a Baldur's Gate concert with a bunch of other stuff there.
You had a good time though?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. I, being the nerd that I am, I disagreed with the mic placements, but
The what?
I disagreed where they put the microphones, because they had a French horn section,
Yeah.
and they had the microphones above them pointing down, when that is the opposite direction to where the horn is.
Interesting.
A little bit of nose, a little bit of extra depth around the eyes.
And to be fair, it's the type of thing everyone would get wrong. Initially, I just thought these guys are close enough to Air Studios, and I know for a fact there was a guy from the studio there, so realistically, they should have known what they were doing. They should have had it put in the right place, but
I need to do this. Like, I'm having so much fun. Oh my god, why haven't I tried this out before? I am a certifiable genius.
Yeah, I like to say weird. Words. Weird. There we go.
Getting all of this depth out of one damn layer is fan-fucking-tastic. Oh my god, does that shield not look sick as hell? Look at that bitch. Yes!
yeah,
That's one layer, baby! One layer!
nice. I didn't want to point this out before because I knew because I liked it
Yeah.
the way it was, and I didn't want to like dissuade you because it was like as a joke.
Yeah.
The shield is like a really inefficient size for how big I am, but it's also a realistic
Yeah.
size of the shield, like the scale.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I did know that. I mean, I gotta fit it. It's Breath of the Wild. It's style. Like, it shrinks to the person who uses it. I'm sorry. I'm so proud of that. That looks fantastic.
Just listening back to myself losing my shit is just quite funny. And just like going around the canvas, what do I do next? And also, it is weird to just zone in on a part and just render the hell out of it, and then you zoom out and you're like, wait, do I need to use the same layers? It's annoying.
And the reference photo that I'm using for like this like style of shading is really funny in context. I'm not gonna send it to you.
Fuck.
You playing a game?
No, I was just like, fuck no. Like I'm not gonna be sent the thing.
I don't think you'd want to see it. I'm sparing you.
Why? Oh, is it like? Did you look up like calamari or something? I don't know.
No, it's just something I got served on Twitter, and I've told you about my Twitter feed.
Ugh. Okay. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't send it to you unless you wanted to see it, and I'm sure you don't. Anyway, the style is.
I mean, I'll have seen worse, but
Yeah.
I also don't want to have it like.
I am
That's the first thing I see if I click on your Discord account.
That would be immensely funny, but I'm not gonna do that to you. Anyway, the style used in it is great. Like the artist is one of my favorites.
I don't know why I told him that. I shouldn't have said that.
I'm really glad that I left that symmetry line there, because that's just immensely helpful. Oops.
You make smart decisions because drawing is a form of thinking.
Aw, bitch, I haven't had this much fun rendering in the longest time.
Damn, really?
This is so much fun. Like, I'm having, like, this looks so good already. Like, just the skin alone on the face.
It has been nice coming back to this recording because, like, and just seeing the process for myself, just watching it back, it's very cool. Just sped up, just to comment on it, be like, yeah, those were some good decisions. Goddamn, like, it's very affirming in a certain way. And I think I could have done way better with the metal here. Like, not the trident. I think the trident's sick. But here, I think I could have used a couple more reference pictures. Like, the small metal details, because they're small, they're a lot easier to get what you want out of them, but when they're bigger, it's very hard to like.
You think you'll finally be playing Baldur's Gate 3 this summer?
No.
Yeah, this summer. Not before uni's over, because I just realized.
Oh yeah, but
deadlines are
uni's
I
over quicker than...
This time I will, because eventually restarting Tears of the Kingdom is going to get old. It hasn't yet, because I just restarted it today.
Yeah, I mean, if you wait slightly longer, the update's going to come out to add a bunch of new subclasses.
Well, I'm out, like, around, like, just the beginning of June. And, like, I, like, went back to school that shall not be named just to meet up with friends. And I saw my old English teacher, and I was like, hi, how you doing? How's things? Just, like, told him how uni was. And he was like, you know, you can always come back, just volunteer, just help us out. I'd be like, I mean, I'd probably be bored in June, like, when I come back, so maybe. I feel like it's bad to say I'd be so bored after uni that I'd have so little to do that I'm like, I'll go back to school and volunteer.
Yeah, though it is kind of a realistic thing to say.
I mean, but the thing is, like, I'm genuinely considering it. But I'm also just not interested in teaching.
Oh, yeah, I know, but, like...
I would do it to not be bored, which is the thing.
Yeah, no, I get it. But it's just... I mean, I get, like, half the holiday as normal, since I'll be getting employed at some point.
That's cool, though. You can get some monies.
Well, potentially not. My top two choices don't have... you don't get any pay from it.
Oh, that sucks.
It sucks, but they're also, like, pretty unanimously agreed to be the best places.
Oh, sick. So
But
it's like that good
people just
experience.
Yeah, but people just can't justify doing it because they can't. Well, it's in London, and it's not paid.
Oh, I'm pretty lucky just to be from around here. Have you ever heard of Napoleon Dynamite? Yes, no, maybe so.
What, did you just say that randomly, or?
No, I'm just asking. Have you heard of Napoleon Dynamite?
Oh, that didn't come. On my end, you did not say that.
Oh, sorry. Okay, well, have you heard of Napoleon Dynamite?
Heard of? I think so.
It's just this stupid film from, like, I don't know, like the 90s. It's something my mom adores. I didn't like it when she showed it to me, but my sister was just, like, recollecting a scene from it that now sounds, like, absolutely hilarious to me, because, like, you know me, I got a terrible sense of humor. Just this incredibly awkward kid. He calls himself Napoleon Dynamite. I don't think that's his actual name. And there's this, like, bully scene where, like, he always has, like, he has, like, tater tots in his pockets, and he's just eating them out of his pocket. And this bully, like, comes up to him and is like, give me some of your tater tots. And he's like, no, they're mine. And then the bully kicks him, so all of, like, the tater tots squish in his pocket. It just goes down his, like, on the shorts. As my sister's just retelling me the scene that I just don't remember, I'm just cracking up because that sounds absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
My sense of humor is very stupid.
Humor is inherently stupid. I watched Spinal Tap the other day.
What's that?
It's a spoof documentary on a band that doesn't exist.
Interesting.
And it's a very famous movie. I mean, it's been referenced in Terraria, of all things. And like, you'll get references to it everywhere. But it's just like really believable that it's a real movie up until the band gets interviewed and they start talking about their previous drummers. They're like, oh yeah, no, our first drummer, yeah, nah, kind of tragic, really. He died at a very young age, yeah. Just like, yeah, no, I mean, they found him in his house. They claimed drug overdose, right? Because he had loads of vomit in his throat. But like, you can't do a DNA test on vomit. So like, we think it was probably another guy. We think it was someone else's vomit in his throat that he choked on. Yeah, and then we got our second drummer, and well, he just kind of spontaneously combusted on stage. You know, it's a very common thing. People don't talk about it much, but like, yeah, every year, like, about dozen people just spontaneously combust, and we don't talk about it much. But like, it's a thing we should probably get on doing with. I mean, the extra part, he just left a little bit of like green slime on the chair, right? Like, yeah, no, not slime. I guess it was more of a stain. Yeah, and then obviously keys up for the end of the movie to end with their drummer spontaneously combusting into slime.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it wasn't a perfect movie. The weakest part of it was they just had the sort of classic thing of like the girlfriend that interferes with the band
Oh.
and ends up tearing it apart, which they did at least do in like a way that they did build up the character to not be a very nice person. And
Is
but,
that
like,
like
in the
a
music,
really common trope in terms of like music related media?
no, well, not entirely. Well, yeah, kind of. It's like
Because I could see that in like what's it called? School of Rock.
yeah.
That's such a good
I mean, a
film,
lot
though.
of Beatles super fans will claim that Yoko Ono influenced the band and made it worse, but like that was just always a bit dumb and probably inaccurate. Obviously I can't say for certain, but it just does seem like a bit of the original Beatle fans not liking the new stuff and wanting to blame it on, surprise surprise, a woman. The way it just goes generally.
Yeah.
Oh, his chest looks so good. So much depth there. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, just zoom in on the crotch, that's fine. I think it's at this point that I noticed it seemed big, but it's just how fabric folds, I don't know. Onto the boots, which I could have done a much better job at.
What are you wearing? My mom's ceremonial armor guard.
I'm sorry. I just saw the fucking gay tag on the Twitch stream. That's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Why? Where is that?
So, is that just a tag that you're able to pick? Is that
Sure,
just,
yeah.
just a thing?
You can put whatever you like in
It's
tags.
so fucking
Oh,
funny.
there they are. It's yeah, gay. I'm
Fucking
gay,
hilarious.
so it counts. That's why
Yeah.
it's there.
Yeah, no, I wasn't
It's usually
No, I
for me
wasn't
drawing
criticizing
like
it, I was
gay ass
just saying
comics.
it's really
but
it's just really funny that it's like it's a choice. Like it really doesn't feel like a tag that's, I don't know.
I don't know. I always
Like
tag my shit
I'd
as
never
queer.
like look at I'd never look at a stream and be like, yes, what type of Twitch stream do I want to search for today? Yes, gay. And I don't think that's just because I'm straight. I feel like that's just because that's just not something people would assume would be a tag on a streaming site.
It's just a general sort of tag. It's what I do like on like every other site because my art is mostly very queer. I'm like, hey, gays, come over here. Look at my stuff. That's what hashtags are supposed to be for, isn't it? Whatever. I feel like it works.
Yeah, I have to say, the first draft of the fucking humanoid octoling thing was so gay.
What do you mean? The way you?
And I mean that.
What do you?
Oh no, I've like the first draft because I was like, am I being like a stereo? Is this a stereotype thing? And then I showed it to someone and they were like, wow, that guy looks so gay. I was like, okay, right, I'm not the only one.
I want to see
seeing
this
it.
now. Have I seen this? Have you shown me this?
This is the first draft. No, it's the one you made. It was the first line
Oh,
art that
wait,
you
my
did.
my art or your art?
Your art.
So my art just looks gay?
Well, no, that guy. No, I'm just saying, like the guy that you drew as the first draft of my guy looked gay.
Yeah. His titties are popping.
It's the face as well. It's the expression. Like
Gay expression.
like I think it was like.
I think it's a smirk. Isn't it? I could go find it.
Oh yeah, but like it's an Edward Twilight smirk.
Edward Twilight's gay now.
I mean, Edward Twilight's whatever Edward Twilight wants to be.
Super into Bella though, like straight, like kind of leave her alone into Bella.
Oh wait, no, you're just quoting Twilight. That's not the character I was referencing.
I'm not. I haven't read Twilight.
Oh, I thought you. I couldn't hear what you were saying because you were muttering, and I just kind of assumed it was a Twilight quote.
No, I don't know what a Twilight quote is. Apparently, Tara's trying to be in chat, but I was trying to Tara, I was trying to distract from that. Don't call attention to it. Sorry, I just saw your message in Discord. Hey, how you doing? Beezu's not watching the stream, so he didn't see that. It's...
Oh, I'm like tabbed onto the stream.
right
There
now?
was like a message that was deleted. I didn't see it. But...
No, it's not deleted anymore, I don't think.
Cool. Yeah, I just
was
reverse
worried that
swept someone in
Kraken's
Showdown.
crotch looks really noticeable. Does it?
I don't know. Zoom in on it more.
You want me to zoom in on the crotch again?
Yeah, go on.
Alright.
You see, Tara had a problem with it before, so...
Well, obviously Tara has a problem.
Oh yeah, but like, I'm just saying... Right, so if we compare this to the game theory video on how big Luigi is... because yes, that's a game theory video. Right.
Take a screenshot and be done with it. I have things to do.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Alright, cool. If you're happy, then that's what
think
matters.
I think that's just how fabric works, Tara.
Yeah.
Early game theory was fucking like the most hit or miss thing I think ever. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was still all entertaining, but like it wasn't so much a theory as, oh, what if it was true though?
I don't know what he was gonna say, but it's time for overlay highlights, which are clearly not working, but I love overlays.
Shiny!
I agree, very shiny. If anyone could have one takeaway of my work, every time, even when it's flats, it's gonna be shiny.
Put something on those cheekbones. Damn. Thank you! You do gotta credit, Jack with the just general sort of design stuff, but I'm going off it, just teamwork.
Yeah.
I'll try to sort it for next time. I need to figure out how mod stuff works, Tara. And if Raph joins in chat, that's gonna be fun. I'm getting shiny. I wish Dusa wasn't a lesbian right now. Cause damn, this man! He's the whole package. He's shiny, he's got 4 tentacles, he's a sadist. Like, what else do you want?
I'm a sadist?
You said that that's like an element of your character that hasn't come out yet.
I mean, call it what you want, but like...
Enjoys doling out pain?
No.
Okay then. Not that.
I need to work on sounding less excited, because I think I'm very annoying. Could use a comment.
I don't usually start thirsting in the middle of the process, so we're working on something special here. No, the nails are slayed. Like, they're in the slay position. You are right, Tara.
It's a good point. Like, I feel like there's a comment, like, people always ask, like, NSFW artists. Not that I am one. I would love to be one, but I'm not. Like, do they get turned on while they're doing their work? And they're like, oh, I gotta focus on the anatomy, da-da-da-da. But you probably will once it's done. But then again, you're also gonna see, like, the inconsistencies. Like, oh, the leg's too long. That's just how an artist go.
See, this is why, like, doing intricate stuff actually makes my life easier, because it means that I know what I'm doing when I'm rendering. Especially when it comes to metal, because I understand intricate a lot better than I do, like a sheet of metal, because this just looks a lot better than, what's it called? The tentacle guards on the legs. Yeah, I also thought he had, like, I don't know, the tentacles, the beak.
Wait, what?
Looks like a fish. I'm just talking to Tara in chat. And also just commenting on the fact that this, like, intricate stuff makes my life easier.
Oh, right, yeah, the beak. I mean, I don't know.
Shiny.
I think if I'd committed more to being a monster, I would have gone with a beak. It's just, I didn't literally want to be at a disadvantage because of how creepy he'd look with a beak.
I mean, this is an 8-foot tall, like, lady made of scales and snakes. She's, like, she's supposed to be terrifying, but it's, like, never actually hurt her charisma somehow.
I don't know, maybe like at some point I'll like do a fucking Pokemon evolution and I'll have like a stomach mouth like Sukuna is the
Oh, that'd be sick.
fucking beak.
Yeah.
Also, I'm so surprised you stopped watching JJK at literally like the best part.
You, of all people, understand how many things there are, like, to watch. Are you talking about Riptide? Wait, JJK?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Just Roll With It. Never mind.
JJK. No.
Okay, well, the problem with this show is that I have to fully commit myself to it, because I can't, like, that is not how you spell Cersei. I have to fully commit myself to a show, because I can't, like, play video games at the same time. Cersei. That's like Cersei if she was Slay. Oh, I need to actually read that.
Did you just say wait until I meet my character's mother?
Yeah, I think they did. Wait, what's Cersei gonna do for me of the party? Wait,
okay.
Yeah. Nobody.
Okay. Well.
Wait, what's she gonna do?
I think that was in reference to the beak stomach, but I'm not certain anymore.
A beak stomach?
Well, because I said like, because we were saying about having a beak, and I was like, oh yeah, no, maybe I'll get a fucking Pokemon evolution and get a Sukuna mouth in my stomach that's a beak. Though unlike Sukuna, I don't think that would actually have any practical purpose.
It's just annoying.
Well, that's Brennan Lee Mulligan's like #1 wish, to have another mouth to eat in while he can DM with the other mouth.
Yeah, I see that.
So I guess Kraken would be the best dungeon master of the group.
That's my favorite thing. Like when he was doing they was doing a bit in like a special like one-off for like a following of Exandria Unlimited in the 3rd campaign for Critical Role. And right as Matt Mercer leaves, he comes in with a pizza and is like, "Hey guys." I just love that he enters with food. And I saw someone just make a comment that like, wow, the most self-conscious DM who's always just like making sure that he looks all right, and then we just have Brennan come on with food, just doesn't give a shit. So that was very amusing. Matthew Mercer is not complete if he doesn't have his... I didn't finish over here. Leather bracelets. I do have a leather bracelet. I'm a legend.
Pretty. Okay, that does look slightly better. Yeah, you really need metal. Metal is difficult, especially when you don't have guidelines, because you need to... The way the light hits it's weird.
Wait, so was your character, like, based off a mythological one, or did you just decide, I'm a Kraken?
Fuck, what was the thought process? I think it was literally just, I knew pretty much nothing about anything Greek.
Yeah.
And I based it on a misconception that there was a sea monster that has been wrongly depicted in a movie to be a Kraken.
Yeah.
Like a big, like, thing. Like, I think it was... I don't know, I've got no clue what movie it was. Yeah, no, there are technically no Krakens in Greek mythology.
Clash of the Titans?
No, but like, maybe.
I think Tara, not me.
Yeah, I completely... There's a section here where I just cut because I am an idiot, because I got a bunch of Greek mythology wrong, because I mixed up 3 characters across like 80 years of the Greek canonical timeline, and Andromeda, Andromache, and Ariadne, and they're tied to Hector, Theseus, and Perseus. So Perseus and Andromeda, Ariadne and Theseus, and Andromache and Hector. And they're all different generations, and I got them mixed up, and I didn't want the internet to know that because I felt stupid. Ooh. See, I love the, what's it called? Harmony tool. That's what it does. It shows you like the opposite colors of things. But lately it's been really annoying because it'll just move off of the color I want it to do. And also it doesn't stay on this green color because I don't think it worked for complementary. But yeah, I was just doing sort of even more depth because I've always been a fan of chiaroscuro. I never say that right though. It's like, it's an Italian drawing term which means like light dark, which is very extreme lighting choices, and it's very common to Renaissance and a little bit of in the Enlightenment period before like more pigments. It's essentially lots of the stuff before the brightness of Enlightenment, or just Enlightenment, but Romanticism brings it in a little bit, but because they have more access to pigments, they brighten stuff a bit more.
You know, in Pokemon, there's like moves that like
No.
power up your Pokemon.
I've never played
There's
Pokemon.
like, okay, there's moves that power up your Pokemon,
Sick.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And this guy keeps spamming them over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And I just throw a Clodsire at him, who has an ability where he literally does not give a shit about all of their power-ups.
Mm.
And they are not even slightly trying to work around that fact. They just keep doing it over and over again.
Sounds annoying.
Ooh, I love adding little dots of brightness because it just
What's in the little bags he's got in his tentacles? I just drew them. What are in them?
No, you chose to draw those because that's all of the items there are the stuff that I was holding from the.
I thought that was just like
lava scene.
how he carries his equipment.
No, you drew them without any input from me.
You said that they were part of the design, and I thought they were fun.
No, I literally never did actually.
Okay, fine. They were mentioned next to the design, and I thought it was a part of it. How's that?
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It adds to it. It gives it shape language.
Yeah, because that's the crown. That's fuck, what's her name? Ian's crown.
Mm.
There's Echo's sack.
Mhm.
My amulet, and what was the last thing? Oh, Hephaestus's tools.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are so many things I need to get around to confronting.
what context? Oh, now it's gradient time. More gradient time. Because I just want to play with brightness as much as possible. And just me just like swinging back and forth the opacity. Like, is this right? Is this right? It's never right. Ooh. Now that looks good. A big inspiration for this trident was Mifa's trident from, what's it called? Breath of the Wild, which I love that trident. It's gotta be like one of my favorite weapons. And it was also like explicitly from Mixu. It's like, yeah, this is one of the inspirations for the trident. And the sort of, the way, the Zora 3 moon symbol, I think inspired a lot of this piece with like the octopus symbol, because if you look at his chest and also the symbol on the shield, it's like a little octopus with all the tentacles, and some of them have little squishy thingies on them. What are they called? Suckers. And that definitely was inspired by some of the Breath of the Wild stuff, because like Zelda has some of the best weapon designs ever. And I mean, I haven't played like the Bloodborne stuff or like Dark Souls or those games. I don't know what the actual whole series is called, if it is like a whole series, but yeah. I do take inspiration though from it, specifically when I work with Mixu and Terra, because I love those games. And then when it comes to like, because my friends all have different like games that they adore, so it'll impact things differently. Oh, and now we got some gradients on the background, because I really do feel like I'm almost done, and I don't know why this video went on for so long, but yeah, it just goes to show how long rendering takes. So it's a 2-hour recording, so.
What's up, bitches?
Hey, it's Stolen. Hello.
How
I'm rendering
fucking
the
dare you.
Kraken.
Nice. I am... Ooh, Discord's giving me options.
¿Por qué?
Please compact your shit, Discord. See, unfortunately, the really sick, like, onyx background, it is really sick. It's also really hard for me to see. So I'm gonna have to change it, which is a shame, because it's really sick.
Yeah.
How are you all?
Alright. I think I'm nearly done with them, so that's fun.
I just got back. I had a date.
Ooh, was it good?
No, I've got really bad cramps. I've been miserable all day.
Ouch.
But our friend bought me cookies.
Nice.
And then my drama lesson was cancelled.
Tara says, oh, that sucks.
Nope, it's fine. It was period 5.
Hmm.
It was excellent.
Yeah, I like having, what's it called? paper texture. That's what it is. Because if you zoom in, it looks a little bit like paper. I mean, because of the brightness, it's clearly not paper. I mean, it could be photo paper if it's written. Regardless, I like having that in the background. I think it looks nice. Adds some good texture. I don't think I applied it to Kraken himself. But okay, see that does save the boots a little bit. Like, I was just, my favorite brush, if you put it on the side, it does this sort of hole kind of pattern, which I've grown to really like and I found very helpful. So I think that's really saving the boots, because here it looks like how dark the shading is just doesn't match when it comes to like the line art. I don't know how to explain it. It just looks wrong. And that's how I know I've done a bad job for rendering. So that's why the boots are like the weakest point of this design.
I think I just haven't rendered that. That's kind of annoying.
What, that you're done?
I'm basically done. I just realized that the little arm guard it's basically a bangle. I just didn't render it, apparently. Yeah, come back to stream. What do you think?
Pardon?
You tapped into stream?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Looks good.
Ja?
Yeah. I'm happy if you're happy.
I've got these photos of me, like, in bed, in a hoodie blanket, holding up a little egg in, like, a little knitted, it sort of looks like a jumper.
Yeah.
And I for the life of me, cannot remember when I took those photos.
Yeah.
Or why I took those photos.
Yeah.
Stella takes great photos. Ooh, more shiny.
It looks so iconic.
He does. And so does Kraken.
How respectable do I look right? Nope, I'm not taking photos of myself right now. I look like a mess.
I'm sure he didn't. Yeah, just a little bit of light spots just changes the whole thing. Like, there's a very famous sort of anecdote about Salvador Dali, where he had this painting exhibition that went on. People were sitting watching this painting for an hour, and he came in like 5 minutes before the end, added some white dots, and everybody's like, amazing.
That looks a lot better. Wow. That just might genuinely be done. Okay. I just forgot about the mouth. Completely forgot it was there.
I've got no idea what it looked like before. I feel like I just like Mandela affected the mouth.
Yeah.
I like Salvador Dali. A lot of people don't. I don't know why. Maybe I should Google him. I know he was queer. Because he had like a really bad relationship with a boyfriend.
Alright, I think I'm done. I was about to call you Kraken. Are you good, Mixu?
I think it was good. We're just gonna sit here and not have it move for a minute while we wait for him to say yes.
Very proud of this. Actually,
I guess he did.
just 1 second. Let's do something fun. It's my fun little trick.
I did not need to do this, but it's like I take the whole thing and put it in an overlay to see if I can get it look even more, what's it called? Bright. Thanks for watching. You can catch us on Tuesdays and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. GMT at twitch.tv/rocketnbenavides. Mine and everybody's socials will be below. See you next time!